CaribJet, the most experienced travel agency company in Grenada, serving our clients and businesses for over 40 years. IATA accredited, we issue tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France. We're specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Maurice Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.
Find the frames you love at Quartz Optical. Shop today and enjoy 50% off our wide selection of fashionable frames. Choose from our flexible payment plans from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today at www.quartzoptical.com. Remember, at Quartz Optical, your comprehensive eye exam is always free. So come in and find the frames you love at 50% off only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
Hello and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Monday, the 20th of February. Coming up this evening, trade union leader says questioning the competence of Cuban doctors is also questioning the abilities of local doctors who have been trained in Cuba. Police investigating attack on an elderly man in his home over the weekend. Several serious accidents being investigated by the traffic department. And in sport, Co-op Bank National Primary School games are back after a 4-year break. We'll have details to those and other stories coming up for you, along with the public forecast information. That's right after the break, so of course, stay with us.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, till light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. President of the Grenada Trades Union Council, Andre Lewis, weighs in on reports of what appears to be individuals questioning the competence of some Cuban doctors who are part of the Cuban mission to provide medical assistance to Grenada. According to Lewis, Cuba has continuously demonstrated its commitment to assisting in the development of Grenada's health sector.
The Technical and Allied Workers Union and the TUC the labor movement, and all working class people of Grenada stands in solidarity with our Cuban brothers and sisters, our doctors, right, our engineers, and in particular our doctors who have been on the attack in the recent weeks about the quality of service and that they provide to the people of Grenada. Cubans have demonstrated their selflessness over years and decades of service to Grenada. Not just to Grenada, but to the region and to the world.
Questioning the competence of the Cuban doctors also appears to insinuate that local medical doctors who were trained in Cuba and returned to serve are also incompetent, Lewis said.
The vast majority of our doctors, I will say, have been trained in Cuba. Because remember, the practice of medicine, the study of medicine is an expensive proposition. And many of our working class doctors would not have been able to be practitioners today had it not been for Cuba. And I can't see a master who is not good passing that knowledge to a student, and the student is good. Are you following me? So by implication, those who seek to discredit the Cubans for their contribution to Grenada's medicine, to the region and the world, are by extension, putting at risk our own local practitioners who have benefited from not the generosity, in the capitalist world you say generosity, but from the commitment of the Cuban people.
Several other individuals also weighed in on the issue, including former Foreign Affairs Minister Peter David, who affirms that such claims have the potential to destroy the long-standing Cuban relations. Just after 2 p.m. on Saturday, police were called to the scene of an elderly man who was beaten by an unknown man. The 70-year-old, who lives alone, is from Creighton in St. George. He told MTV News that while sitting in his home on Saturday, someone from the outside asked for some water. However, he told the individual he did not have any. He said after the individual asked 2 more times, someone entered his house without permission and started scuffling with him. The elderly man received bruises on his body, including his lips. The elderly man says that he believes it was an attempted robbery, but was unsuccessful. Police were on the scene, he says, both on Saturday and Sunday, and investigations are continuing. Police are confirming that a St. Patrick resident is hospitalized following a shooting incident that occurred during the early hours of Saturday, the 18th of February. This incident occurred in the vicinity of Sugar Mill Roundabout, also known as Saigon, in Grandant, St. George. One man is at present in custody assisting police with investigations. Law News Desk will of course continue to monitor this development. Earlier this month, meanwhile, an officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, ASP Simon Douglas, had expressed the Royal Grenada Police Force's concerns.
It is of grave concern, and we are working hard, putting structures in place to try to look into wherever guns might be out there that are not legal and how we can recover them. We have recovered several illegal firearms in recent months, and we are continuing to dig into every bit of information we receive, which suggests that there are others out there.
Meanwhile, the Royal Grenada Police Force recorded several serious accidents over the weekend. MTV News received an accident update from the officer attached to the Traffic Department, Constable Troy Paul.
Police Constable Troy Paul of the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force confirmed to MTV News that a motor vehicle accident occurred on the Maboya Public Road in St. John on Monday, leaving 4 persons hospitalized seeking medical attention. The accident happened between a passenger bus and a car, according to Constable Paul, and police investigations continue.
The traffic department can confirm that there were a motor vehicular accident which occurred along the Mabuya Public Road, that is in St. John. That accident occurred about 5:55 this morning. Yes, the accident involved a passenger bus and a car. Both vehicles were traveling in opposite direction when they had a head-on collision. As a result of the collision, 4 persons were injured as resulting that accident. 3 persons from the car, including the driver and also the driver of the passenger bus. They were all taken to the general hospital via ambulance to seek medical attention. So far, we know that 1 person who were injured were treated and sent home. We do not have the medical update for the other 3 who still seeking medical attention.
Over 300 accidents were recorded island-wide for the year, according to Constable Paul. He says that this is a major concern for the traffic department of the RGPF.
As of January to now, the traffic department has recorded in excess of over 300 plus accidents which occurred along a nation road, which includes 2 road fatalities. And by the trajectory of things, it's 300 plus accidents is too many up to date for our nation.
Constable Paul lists some of the contributing factors for the accidents.
Speeding, one of the contributing factors. Persons drive over the speed limit or drive at a speed that they cannot control, thus resulting in motor vehicle accidents. Also, distractive driving. When persons are distracted by using cell phones, but a lot of people might think cell phone is the only distractions. There's a lot of other distractions.
The law enforcement officer says driving under the influence is also a major concern.
And what we see lately is the persons driving under the influence of alcohol. This is starting to show its ugly head, and we want to nip it where it starts. So we want persons that if you drink alcohol, do not drive. And if you intend to drink, please have a designated driver.
Head of the T.A. Marisho Community College, or TAMCC, Mirabo Farm School campus in St. Andrew, Samuel Andrew, highlights the work the school has been doing in boosting young people's involvement in agriculture and agro-processing, and by extension, local food production. According to reports, officials from the Ministry of Agriculture visited the school on Wednesday to get a better understanding of its operations to transform the school into an institute for agriculture and fisheries that is regionally accredited, including the rearing of good genetic breeds of swine and boosting poultry production. Andrew says his school has been heavily focused on increased short crop and poultry production for sale on the local market.
What we have been looking at is to do the livestock as well as the crops and diversifying across both spectrums. So when you go to the fields, you'll see that we are doing a lot of short crops, quick rotation, table crops, maybe 4, 5, 6 of them. That the vendors frequently want, the households like. That quick turnover increases the economic value in the site. Infrastructure needs we have been upgrading. We have added new broiler units to increase our sale of chicken to the food line and the other institutions. We also sell for camp salines and other vendors who come in. So as far as we increase capacity, we increase the income that is generated.
The overall aim is to increase production in several areas to generate increased income for the school, Andrew said.
We have a very viable egg production, and we have rabbits that we sell frequently. So I try to continually increase the range of crops produced, the frequency of rotations, as well as the range of animals produced and the frequency of their turnover. Then we feel we can generate more income for the school, and we have been trying to do that along our pig lands as well.
The Mirabo Farm School is utilized by Year 2 students of the T.A. Marisho Community College as a hands-on training site in animal and crop production. Well, it was a fun and meaningful experience for members of the Girl Guides and Scouts movement here in Grenada on Sunday as they celebrated World Thinking Day. Keeping with the theme, the participants took part in activities that promote working together for positive change. Thinking Day also allowed the participants to remember and promote the values and convictions of the movement, as we hear now in a report from Troy Gill.
Under the theme, Our World, Our Peaceful Future, the Environment, Peace and Security, Girl Guides and Scouts engaged in their World Thinking Day activities at the National Stadium under the patronage of Governor General Dame Cecile La Grenade. This year's World Thinking Day is the continuation of a 3-year journey for members to become environmentally aware leaders. Dame Cecile La Grenade urged the guides and scouts to do their part as they focus on the theme for this year's observance.
And reflect on the activities we can conduct to protect our environment, promote peaceful coexistence, and allow our future, the future of our communities and the world, to be safe and secure. This theme is especially important because the future belongs to you, our youth.
Climate change, Dame Cecile La Grenade says, is nothing new to us here in Grenada.
We are experiencing periods of intense rainfall, resulting in severe flooding and mudslides, both of which are damaging to our environment and community. Some of our coastal communities have been forced to relocate because of rising sea levels, and our coral reefs, which are so important to sustain marine life and protect coastlines from erosion, are becoming bleached and are dying.
With the many challenges facing girls and women across the globe, the guides and rangers were charged with the responsibility to be the change they want to see.
We are witnessing an increase in violent crimes, sexual crimes against girls, and even femicides or the killing of young women. Today, let us take time to think about ways in which the guiding movement in Grenada can help overcome the challenges we face. You may be wondering how my small actions as a single individual can be of value. Small actions have a big impact.
For MTV News, Troy Gill.
That's the first segment of the news. We'll be back with you after the break.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes I can. Whenever you're in need, yes you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to light that shines our way. Wherever your heart leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your heart leads, we'll make your dreams come true.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Need a home, car, education, dream vacation? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $320,000. Play today for chances at a more satisfying life. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
Somebody call Waggy because this is madness, total madness. Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo.
And you can win
a whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 you just said it?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo. This is madness, total madness.
loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Queen of Calypso, Lady B, Groovy Monarch, Golden and Soca Monarch, Mozo, all retained their titles in Kayak Mass 2023. Revelers grace the streets on Monday morning for Juve, and that ends the night with Monday Night Mass. It was indeed a packed weekend of activities, with the curtains coming down on Kayak Mass Tuesday. There are some of the highlights of the events that took place over on the Sister Isle of Carriacou.
We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, but we borrow it from our children. The green in Rihanna's dress stands for balance, nature, spring, and rebirth. It's the symbol of prosperity, freshness, and progress. This beautiful and still in green sequins and rhinestone evening dress is made with luxury sequin lace fabric and satin material.
If they're going to take her back, if they want her to hold her heart, if they pack towel to shop, they came to wine on this spot. I am like a voice in the wilderness, I'm telling all you in all your face. Time to cut out this flaming thing, or if all your hands touch it, you can share houses before election. Until now nobody can go in one dream time. What the hell are you talking about?
Artificial insemination is high on the agenda of the Ministry of Agriculture as they engage farmers and try to develop the sector and the sustainability of large and small ruminants. This new development was highlighted at a recently held meeting with farmers who welcomed the idea. We hear more from Donella Holston.
And through artificial insemination, pigs is the easiest animal to AI, so that's something that we can teach you very easily to do. So I think if a greater emphasis on genetics is put, right, and again a good nutritional plan. But like I said to you, that's what it did for Jamaica. Went from 60% to 100% self-sufficient, except for bellies, because remember, one pig only has so much bellies, yeah? And again, look what it did for the yields also. The carcass weight increased almost 100%. The time went down by 2 months, and then the yield of the carcass was improved to by 10%.
That was Dr. Gabriel Young, vet and FAO consultant, speaking at the recent meeting with livestock farmers hosted by the Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Adrian Thomas. There were, however, some mixed reactions to the use of genetics and artificial insemination, as the process can be expensive.
The AI key, there's no way that we can, even if we brought it in independently, it's quite expensive. So I hope that, you do good on your word of, bringing this in, and we're not just having conversations.
I have taken the opportunity in going ahead. I have imported some sheep and some goats from the US, and I'm in the process of getting some more. My problem is, when you have invested so heavily, I can tell you the truth, it cost us $43,000 US just to bring in those animals.
The elderly folks they don't like the insemination thing. They won't want the natural surveying, but they do a good breed. Some small thing, maybe 3 for 10.
Also speaking about some of the tentative plans of the ministry was Permanent Secretary Aaron Francois.
One of the places we are going to use is the farm school as a major center for breeding. We're going to bring the purebred animals, sows, bulls, put a proper breeding program there and have them multiply, yeah? And then we're going to make offsprings available to farmers. Additionally, we are going to go beyond that because we know some of you all are operating farms, and some of the bulls that we're going to bring in, we're going to assign it to some of the farmers, yeah? Farmers that have good management systems, because we want the animals to be taken properly care of.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Holston.
Well-known businessman Matthew Harris, also known as Captain Harris, has received commendation from fellow business owners and the people in the south of the island as he continues to make well on his social corporate responsibility, giving back to the people. On Friday, Captain Harris Sweets commissioned a new bus shed on Wall Street. Our news team was there.
Users of the Wall Street area in Grand Anse and other commuters now have a new bus shed, which was erected by Captain Harris Sweets, owned by Matthew Harris. On Friday, February 17th, the newly built shed was officially opened in the presence of Parliamentary Representative for South St. George, Honorable Andy Williams, and other business owners and police in the South. Giving praises to Harris for his initiative was Honorable Andy Williams.
The fact that he took the step to build a wonderful bus shed is remarkable. And not just build a wonderful work shed, but a work shed that is climate smart, that is in line with our agenda. And this is very timely in a time when we are looking to really clean up Wall Street and beautify Wall Street and transform Wall Street. And this will just add to it. Also, we are looking to even beautify the area after the bus shed. So this bus shed is really and truly is timely. And Mr. Captain Harris, we want to say thank you very much. And to the people of the South, I can speak for them. We thank you.
Harris, during his presentation, expressed thanks to the minister for allowing him to assist in this way.
I'm thankful to you for giving me the opportunity to help you propel
Grandans. I know you would like to say Grenada and a whole, but most of all Grandans. I want to thank you very much for that. And whatever Captain Harris could do to help you all, I definitely will.
Harris also received praises from other business owners and users of the Wall Street area.
As a user of the Wall Street area, the initiative by Captain Harris to erect this bus shed is a much timely one and it's a necessary one. I would like to say thank you to Captain Harris and his company for the wonderful donation on behalf of the citizens who use and the pedestrians who use this area constantly.
This is one of the busiest bus stops in the Grandlands area. Buses come, as we speak, from minutes, seconds, and move away. So this is going to create some easement. It's a worthwhile gesture, and we applaud it. And it's good that corporate citizens can, come together and come on board and partner with the authorities to ensure that projects like these are erected and so on. And we look forward to see many more coming. Thank you.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
And that's the second segment of the news. We'll have regional highlights coming up for you. Stay with us.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Somebody call Waggy because this is madness, total madness. Sunday, March 5th from 5 p.m. The National Stadium comes alive as Megaforce Promotion presents its first big event for 2023. March Madness Mega Bingo.
And you can win
a whopping $100,000 in cash.
Wait, is $100,000 he just said it?
Yes, $100K in cash could be yours. Tickets are $60 for 1 or $100 for 2. You gotta be mad to miss that. Remember, Sunday, March 5th, National Stadium. Get ready for March Madness Mega Bingo. This is madness, total madness.
New me in 2023. Coming to Courts Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. At Courts Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Courts Optical. Value you can see.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Welcome back. Most times when a Grenadian speaks about breadfruit, it's usually in the context of oil down, our national dish, of course. But we are going to be learning about breadfruit sticks on this evening's episode of Business in 3, featuring Just Grilling breadfruit sticks, manufactured right here in Grenada, in fact, by Jason Hines. Donella Hostin has been speaking with Jason Hines, who will tell us about his breadfruit sticks and where you can get yours to snack on.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another edition of MTV's Business in 3. I am Donella Hostin. Today we are speaking with Jason Hines, a manager and food creator of Just Grilling, and he's going to be showing us his product, breadfruit sticks, right? And it's supposed to be easy. We'll find out, and after this I'll let you know.
I am Jason Hines. I'm the owner and food creator of Just Grilling breadfruit sticks. Currently my wife and I have been making it at our homes in our free time, but we intend to go further.
What made you get into breadfruit sticks? Why breadfruit sticks?
Well, I believe that my love for food and my humble beginnings growing up on a farm, on my uncle's farm actually, as a young boy, has led me to find innovative ways of not only preserving our local foods, but to curb issues of waste in our island. We buy from farmers and persons around the area. We basically will peel the breadfruit, boil it, and we have set times for it, but we would boil it, mash it, and add our ingredients to it. There's no preservatives, no additives. So the breadfruit sticks is very versatile, and it has been something that I go to for me. I basically use it in the morning for breakfast, but it can be served during lunch as a side dish. It can be as a finger food at different events, or you can if you have a house party, you can serve it up with any side. Also, if you are a busy person, it's a very easy recipe. It's easy to just take out of a bag and pop in for 2 minutes in a fryer, or if you want to do it healthy, you want to do it let's say in the oven, or you want to air fry it, it's easy as well.
Just give us an idea of some of the supermarkets we can find it.
So I've offered it to the various supermarkets in the city, namely Foodland, Food Fair, Real Value, and SOG Foods. I intend to distribute to other supermarkets on the island, also with the intention to export at a later date.
Well, there you have it, guys. We saw how easy it was to prepare this breadfruit sticks. I am looking forward to sampling. This is going to be an awesome snack for those of you who love breadfruit. Thank you for viewing MTV's Business in 3. I am Donella Hosted.
The MTV Evening News Monday. Here now is Clifton James with this evening's regional roundup.
Good evening with tonight's MTV Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James. United Nations UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says he is concerned about the violent protests that occurred in Suriname last Friday, where more than 100 people were detained after protesters stormed the National Assembly and private businesses looted and damaged and several people injured. The Secretary-General stresses that freedom of expression and peaceful assembly are fundamental human rights that must be respected at all times, but protests must be carried out without resorting to violence, according to a brief statement issued by Stefan Dujarric, the spokesman for the UN Secretary-General. The Secretary-General urges all relevant actors in Suriname to show restraint and engage in inclusive dialogue to address constructively the challenges facing the country, the statement added. Over the weekend, the United States and the Caribbean Community CARICOM condemned the attack on Suriname's parliament, with Washington saying while it supports the right to peaceful protest and respect for the rule of law, it remains committed to helping Suriname strengthen its democratic institutions. In a statement following its 44th summit in the Bahamas, CARICOM said it reaffirms its support for the democratically elected government in the Dutch-speaking CARICOM country under the leadership of Chandripakasad Santoji, and strongly condemns the violent attacks on people as well as private and public facilities, including the parliament. The Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO, is calling on countries of the Americas, including those in the Caribbean, to strengthen measures to diagnose and manage chikungunya due to an increase in cases in some areas. It is said that the warning should be taken seriously because of the higher numbers of susceptible persons and the start of the peak transmission season. Chikungunya fever is transmitted by the Aedes mosquito, which is also responsible for spreading dengue and Zika. It can cause high fever, joint and muscle pain and headaches. There is no approved vaccine or specific treatment for the disease. On rare occasions, it can cause severe symptoms and lead to death, mainly in pregnant women, children under the age of 1, older adults and people with comorbidities. According to PAHO Epidemiological Alert, in 2021 there were over 137,000 reported cases and 12 deaths due to the disease, but in 2022 cases almost doubled and 95 deaths were reported in 13 countries across the region. It said in the first 4 weeks of this year, 30,707 cases of chikungunya were reported, as well as 14 deaths. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is seeking urgent assistance of the public in locating missing sisters Ciara Logan and her sister Nadia Francis. Ciara, 16, and Nadia, 16, both of Morvant, were seen last at 10:30 a.m. on Friday and reported missing to the Besson Street Police Station on Sunday by relatives. Ciara is of African descent, approximately 5 feet, 6 inches tall, of slim build with a brown complexion. She was last seen wearing a light grey crop top, a pair of blue bell-bottom jeans and 2 gold-coloured chains. Nadia is also of African descent, of slim build, 5 feet 6 inches tall and brown in complexion. She was last seen wearing a light grey top crop, a pair of newspaper printed tights and a pair of black sandals with gold studs. Anyone with information on the whereabouts is asked to contact the Beston Street Police Station at 623-1395 or 623-5173 or 800 TIPS. Contact the police at 555-999-911 or share information via the TTPS app. For MTV Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James.
This is the MTV Evening News. We'll be back with you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arise Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are next.
Do you know you can lower your electricity bill by changing the way you do laundry? Front-loader washing machines are designed to reduce electricity and water consumption. When upgrading, buy with this in mind. You can also lower your electricity bill by doing full loads of laundry, using the sunlight to dry your clothes, and ironing in bulk. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by changing the way I do laundry. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Co-op Bank National Primary School Games are back after a 4-year break. That highlight and more coming up in our sporting segment.
The MTV Evening Sports is brought to you in association with Courts, bringing value home.
New me in 2023. Coming to Courts Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. At Courts Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Courts Optical. Value you can see.
A special evening to you now, sporting fans. Let's join Donella Houston for your highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited National Primary Schools Games is back after a 4-year hiatus caused by disruptions due to the worked rule and the COVID-19 pandemic. The launch of the National Primary Schools Games took place at the Grenada Union of Teachers headquarters on the Carnage on Monday, February 20th. The games will be held at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on March 15th and 16th. However, prior to this, the individual parishes will be having their meets to pick their top athletes who will be representing them at the national games. Representative from the Grenada Cooperative Bank, Wilvron Granger, handed over a check to the President General of the GUT to the tune of $105,000.
Supporting these games is very important to us. As an indigenous commercial bank, we have a vested interest in the development of our communities. We understand that contributing to the advancement of our local talents, molding our young athletes to become the best they can be, will redound to the future success for the individuals and our country as a whole. We have witnessed the benefits over the years through our athletes who represent Grenada and continue to perform exceptionally well.
President General of GUT, Jude Bartholomew, said thanks to the Cooperative Bank for all they have done over the past years for the GUT.
The Grenada Cooperative Bank appreciates and recognizes the importance and significance of not only investing its financial resources in the National Primary School Games, but extending its patriotic spirit and financial generosity towards every parish from Carriacou and Pitimatnik in the north to St. George's in the south.
The director of the games is Kwame Hippolyte.
For this year, we are returning to the 4x400 meters and not the medley as we had in previous years. This would be important based, and we look at where our niche in athletics in Grenada is that of the 400 meters. It will certainly assist our athletes and trusting them and preparing them for when they get to the next level, as well as they move forward in the sport.
On Saturday, the Ballers Sports Club, which was founded in 2015, launched their beach volleyball tournament at Chilaxon Square, Grenville. The launch of the tournament is a drive to bring back the sport of volleyball in the parish of St. Andrew. The president of the Ballers Sports Club is Javin Noel.
So as with many things, it is a task to basically introduce the sport of volleyball in St. Andrew, being as the sport hasn't been active as it should. However, we have a young team who is committed, who is devoted, and who is very disciplined, so that we can do what it takes to really get persons aware of the sport of volleyball.
Noel said thanks to the sponsors and made a clarion call to anyone who wants to be a part of this venture.
So we must pay a special thank you to all the stakeholders involved in making our event a success today. We have Chilaxin Cafe, we also have Mr. Raphael Brathwaite on board, we have Sonic Auto who sponsored the Best Junior Trophy with the medals, we have our parliamentary representative, Honorable Lennox Andrew, and just everyone involved in creating a successful event today. And we encourage you to work with the Ballers Sports Club in the future to just, as I said, inspire you through sports.
Participants of the CONCACAF C license coaching course that was relaunched on Thursday continued their sessions on Saturday at the GFA Secretariat. This course was not completed as it was disrupted due to the COVID-19 lockdown. One of the coach educators from CONCACAF is Andre Virtue.
I think the important thing first I acknowledge, even from CONCACAF, is that we want to meet the coaches where they're at, and we want to also take them best practices. We want to be able to walk with them. So we're not here about a pass or a failure. We're not here to just give them a certificate and say we did it. We did our part. What we really want to do is how does the sport itself get to grow and develop. We want to empower leaders. We want the coaches themselves to check themselves, understand what it means. To the responsibility in the island is on them. The next generation of football in the country is dependent on what comes out of this group.
Now for an update on the results of games played in the Margaret Dow Netball Tournament on Friday, 17th February. The Bab Simpsons Netball Academy won their game against Dazzlers 51-0. Sprang's Jet Stars won their game against the Unknown 41-4, and Net Stars won their game against Blue Rebels 37-23. On Saturday, 18th, the Unknown won their game against Shooters United 28-14. SGU Blue Dynamites won their game against National Under-16 Reps 24-14. And Sprang's Jet Stars won their game against Blue Rebels 35-8. Games will continue on the 24th and 25th of February. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
Thank you, Donello, for the latest sporting highlights there. And viewers, we'll have the public forecast information coming up for you, and then a recap of the headlines when we return.
The MTV Evening Sports was brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
MTV Weather Report comes to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Good Monday evening, viewers. Back with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Dwayne Williams. Partly cloudy conditions dominated the weather over the Eastern Caribbean today. Most of those were upper-level clouds coming in from over South America. We did see a few showers, however, over the Leeward Islands. That was mostly during the afternoon time. Barbados and St. Vincent also saw a few showers. That slight haze that we're monitoring in the Atlantic is slowly creeping towards islands. We could see a slight deterioration in visibility over the next couple of days. Apart from that, no other features are expected to affect the Eastern Caribbean in the next 3 or 4 days. We can see the upper level clouds very clearly coming in from over South America. We do have lower level moisture moving in over Barbados. Brought some showers there, also to St. Vincent and St. Lucia. Possibility of some of those showers affecting us tonight is a bit high. The forecast for Monday night, partly cloudy conditions will dominate, so the possibility there's about a 40% chance of some inland showers, mostly over the northern and central parts of the island. Winds will be northeasterly between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Minimum temperature a bit warmer than last night as that surface trough finally decayed. That's what brought us the cold weather, the cold temperatures on Sunday night. The moon is going to rise tomorrow morning at 7:35. It's going to set tomorrow evening at 7:49. Partly cloudy conditions would prevail on Tuesday. Again, most of that would be upper level, so wouldn't bring any significant rainfall. If we do see any, it will be early in the morning. and will be very light. The seas will be moderate northeasterly winds between 12 and 24 miles per hour. Moderate seas, 4 to 6 foot waves. The sun is going to rise at 6:26. It's going to set at 6:15. Temperatures will climb to just around 30 and feel like 31. Partly cloudy conditions would continue in Port of Spain and Bridgetown with fair skies in Kingston. Partly cloudy also in Miami. New York is getting cold again. Some showers are expected there with a high of 8 and a low of 2. London would be mostly cloudy. The remainder of the week will see generally fair conditions on Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday we could see a slight increase in cloudiness. Partly cloudy conditions then with generally fair skies again from Saturday, the weekend, and into the next work week. That's it for me for Monday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again on Tuesday.
MTV Weather Report was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the main stories. A trade union leader has said questioning the competence of Cuban doctors is also questioning the abilities of local doctors who've been trained in Cuba. Police are investigating an attack on an elderly man. It occurred in his home over the weekend. And speaking of over the weekend, there were several serious accidents investigated by that traffic department for that period. And in sport, Co-op Bank National Primary School Games. Those are back after a 4-year break. We've had details to those and other stories and the public forecast information. And so now, on behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you for viewing and wish you a good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Well, good evening to you viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 evening draw for today, Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. I'm Lexan Fletcher, and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. I've got Miss Makiba Bain joining me. Of course, she's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Ms. Bain is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Well, don't forget, just a gentle reminder as always, with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. All right, let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. And the first number is number 2, second number 6, final number is 6. All right, double check your tickets and I'll recap. First number was 2, second number 6, and the third and final was 6. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening, and also I must say congrats to our winners from the midday draw. We had a total of 53 winners. The total payout was $9,495. Congrats again. We've got the Playway draw coming up next. We'll see you then.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back. It's time for the Playway draw for this evening, Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. Join me once again is Miss Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, don't forget with the Playway game, all you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10 in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice and get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. All right, it's time to reveal tonight's winning Playway number. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And the winning Playway number is this evening's winning Playway number is 25. 2525. The dream symbol is fire. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number 25. 2525. And the dream symbol, fire. Congratulations if you're a winner. Congrats also to all our winners from the midday draw. We had a total of 541 winners. The total payout, $62,376. Congrats again. Well, don't move a muscle. If you got your tickets for the cash for a draw, stay tuned. That comes up next. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back. It's time for the Daily Cash for draw for this evening, Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. I got to remind you, I've got Miss Makiba Bain standing in with me this evening. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, with the cash for game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types, with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. All right, hope you got your tickets out. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck. And the first number is 7, second number 1, the third number 1, final number is 4. All right, let's recap. First number was 7, the second number 1, third number up was 1, and the final 4. Congratulations if you're a winner, and congrats also to all our winners from the midday draw. We had a total of 10 winners. The total payout was $2,600. Congrats again. Hope you got your lotto tickets. That comes up later on. The estimated jackpot for this evening, $320,000. We'll see you then.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Good evening and welcome back. It's time for the National Lottery Authority's Lotto draw number 34744 this evening, Monday, the 20th of February, 2023. The estimated jackpot for this evening is $320,000. Well, joining me once again is Miss Makiba Bain. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Let's find out firstly what the free ticket letter will be. If you've got your tickets, good luck. Free ticket letter is the letter C as in cash. That's C as in cash. It's time to move on to the 5 to final, where the 5 winning numbers will be for $320,000. If you got your tickets, good luck. All right, check your tickets. First number is first number up, 14. Second number, 30. Third. The third number is 11. Fourth number, 25. And the final number is 29. All right, let's recap. Double check your tickets. Firstly, the free ticket letter. That letter is C as in cash. That's C as in cash. And the 5 winning numbers for $320,000. Let's recap. Double check your tickets. First number up, 14. 14. The second was 30. 30. The third was 11. 11. Fourth, 25. And the final number was 29. 29. This has been Lotto Play and Win a Lot. Of course, if you have these numbers, you are a winner. Congratulations to you. Well, here's urging you to get your tickets tomorrow. God's will. Do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Donnell Lawrence Natu, also known as Indian and Galley, of Byland St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 7th February 2023, at the age of 62. He was the brother of Rupert Natu in the USA, Thomas, Lawson, McQueen, Rebecca Berkeley in Grenada, and Gracelyn Natu in Canada, nephew of Lucy Smith and Donald Williams, uncle of many including Mondell Edmund in Canada, caregiver Merle Regis, brother-in-law Neko Berkeley, many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Maria Williams and family in the USA, the Jones family of Bylands, the Williams family of Jean Anglais, the Edmund family of Telescope, the Honorable Andy Williams, Mr. Dunbar Gilbert, and friends and neighbors of Bylands, Caliste, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Donnell Lawrence Natu, also known as Indian and Galley, of Byland St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, will take place on Tuesday, 21st February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Roman Catholic Church Grand Anse, and interment will be at the Grand Anse Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Doria Agatha Lord Walcott, also known as Dari, of Munich St. Andrew, a well-known businesswoman and farmer, member of the national women's cricket team in the 80s, and an ardent member of the women's arm of the NDC, passed away on Thursday, 9th February 2023, at the age of 74. She was the mother of Derek Walcott, Nakazi Walcott Cornwall, and Natalie Walcott George, grandmother of Devon Peters, Stephen Cornwall, DeAndre Walcott, Kidon Walcott, Kidonna Jones, and Yusuf Cornwall, mother-in-law of Godric Cornwall, Carmichael George, and Akinda Jones, sister of Emmanuel Lord, many nieces and nephews including Reginald Lord, Samuel Nichols, and Eric Lord in the United Kingdom, sister-in-law of Ellen Lord in the USA, caregiver Curleen Batiste, many other relatives and close friends including Dr. Macmillan, Lucy, Telma, Urban, the Lord, Walcott, Mason, and Charles families of Munich, members of the Holy Cross RC Church, Munich, the staff of the Princess Alice Hospital, and friends and neighbors of Munich, Tuileries, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Doria Agatha Lord Walcott, also known as Dari, of Munich St. Andrew, will take place on Tuesday, 21st February at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grenville RC Church, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. William Steele of Monrouge St. George, retired teacher and former vice principal of the Presentation Brothers College, who was also chief brewer and chemist for the Grenada Breweries Limited, passed away on Thursday, 9 February 2023, at the age of 82. He is survived by his two children, Khalil Steele and Savitri St. John, two grandchildren, sister Jeanette Steele and brother Derek Steele. The memorial service for the late William Steele of Monroe St. George will take place on Thursday, 23rd February at 1 p.m. Service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Church, Grand Anse St. George, followed by private interment. In lieu of flowers, a donation can be made to the Grenada National Patients Kidney Foundation, Cooperative Bank, account number 400000574. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Alva Lloyd Hostin, also known as Alpha and Papa, of Mount Granby, who resided at Wharf St. John, a Justice of the Peace, passed away on Thursday, 2nd February 2023, at the age of 64. He was the husband of Anne Harper Hostin, also known as Auntie Anne, father of Bernadette Harper, Carol Harper Dialli, Francine Harper in the USA, Cindy Lessie in the USA, Corinne George, and Kerensky Joseph, grandfather of 7 including Zachary Abel and Jaisha Lessie in the USA, and Zaid Harper in the UK, great-grandfather of Zarel Harper, brother of Don Caliste in the UK, Mary Augustine and Alistair Hostin in the USA, father-in-law of David Dialli, uncle-in-law of Alvin Harper and Marva Joy Harper, nephew of 3 including Kenneth James, also known as Tattoo, Uncle of 9, including Junior Benjamin, Dr. Cale Ferguson in Trinidad, Brian James in St. Lucia, and Deverell. Brother-in-law of 4, including Frank Augustine. Close friend of Alvin Gibbs in Canada, and Valda Paul Roberts in the USA. Other relatives and friends including Godwin St. John and family, the Hostin family of Mount Granby, the Harper family of Grove and St. George's, members of the NDC Work Group, and friends and neighbours of St. Dominic Street, Central Deptford Street, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Alva Lloyd Hostin, also known as Alpha and Papa, of Mount Granby, who resided at Grove St. John, will take place on Thursday, 23rd February at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. John's Anglican Church Grove, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Michael Bonaparte, also known as Mr. B or Pat, of Corinth St. David, who resided at Monlong St. Andrew, passed away on Tuesday, 17th January 2023, at the age of 56. Left to cherish his memory is his mother, Ann Richards, fiancée Jean Mahone, children Kelson and Kalisha Mahone, adopted children Devon, Alfred and Gail Lewis, Kimlin and Kimberly Belfawn, sisters Debbie, Debbie-Ann, Keisha, Elizabeth, Rochelle, Charmaine and Jelta in Trinidad, brothers Junior, Jason, Chris and Davis Bonaparte, all in Trinidad, Stanley, Grantley, Alistair, Desmond and Worrell, grandfather of 12, many aunts and uncles, nieces, nephews, brothers and sisters-in-law, too numerous to mention, cousins Eugene and Lydia, close friends Joe, Alistair and Sugars, other relatives and friends including Minister Emmeline Pear, the Bonaparte families of St. David, St. George and in Trinidad, the Mahone, Alexander, Lewis, Hoalas and Joseph families, the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, and neighbours and friends of Corinth St. David, Monlong St. Andrew and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Michael Bonaparte, also known as Mr. B or Pat, of Corinth St. David, who resided at Monlong St. Andrew, will take place on Thursday, 23rd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Matthew's RC Church, Birchgrove, St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Monlong Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. John Roslin Aldridge, also known as Big Joe and Man, of Mamacan St. Andrew, passed away on Saturday, 11th February 2023, at the age of 69. He was the brother of Glenna Charles, uncle of many including Zano, Godfrey, Tico, Kendall, Glenn, Zan and Mayrose in the USA, Joan, Wilcia and Denmark in Canada, Leon in Tortola, and Dennis in Grenada, granduncle of many, brother-in-law of Augustine Charles, also known as Cokes. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Aldridge, Mark and Mason families, Debbie-Ann, Saintina, Justina Batiste, the Alexis family, and friends and neighbours of Mamacan and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late John Roslin Aldridge, also known as Big Joe and Man, of Mamacan St. Andrew, will take place on Thursday, 23rd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres Roman Catholic Church, Crowshoe, St. Andrew, and entombment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. David Bubb, also known as Swordman of Mount Airy St. Paul's, former employee of Radisson Hotel, passed away on Saturday, 14th January 2023, at the age of 59. Left to mourn his children Daisy, Danielle and Debbie Bubb, brothers and sisters Merle Fleming, Sharon Alexander, Dennis Joseph, Judy Bruno and Gordon Bubb, close friend Elana Sylvester, many nieces and nephews including Eleanor Fleming, Jasmine Wright, June Bubb and Jerry Francis, cousins Eva Bubb and family, Cecilia Maloney and family, Carl Telesford and family, Anne Fraser and family, Gracelyn Hamilton and family, Yvonne Paris and family, Judith Telesford and family, and Sonia Mathlin and family. Many other relatives and friends, including Sandra Benoit and family, the management and staff of Radisson Hotel, and neighbours and loved ones of Mount Airy St. Paul's and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late David Bubb, also known as Swordman of Mount Airy St. Paul's, will take place on Monday 27th February at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Prayer, St. Paul's, and entombment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Joseph Jerry Hilaire, also known as Chief of Mirabeau St. Andrew, died on Monday 13 February 2023 at the age of 72. He was the father of Jennifer Xavier, Keston Thomas, Kieron Thomas, and Rakisha Noel, brother of Philip, Dunbar, Anne, Phyllis, and Deslin, father-in-law of Hubert Xavier. Many nieces and nephews, including Teresa Panchu in Grenada, Ralda Nurse, and Shakita Hilaire in the USA. Many other relatives and friends, including Jeremy and Wayne Alexander, Marcia Nelson and family, Gemma, vendors at the St. George's Market, the pastor and members of the Mirabeau and Birch Grove Seventh-day Adventist churches, the Adventist community of Grenada, First Waters Taxi and the other taximen by the market, the Hilaire family of Mirabeau, Balthazar and Grandance, and friends and neighbours of Mirabeau and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Joseph Jerry Hilaire, also known as Chief of Mirabeau St. Andrew, will take place on Monday 27th February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Mirabeau Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Devon Modeste, also known as Papitet, of Wharf St. John, passed away on Friday 13th January 2023 at the age of 34. He was the brother of Donna Modeste in England, grandson of Morris and Rufin, also known as Sporty, nephew of 4 including Justin Gurry Modeste and Stephen Camper Patris, cousin of Jamanilla Modeste, Mosley Modeste, and Patricia Fullerton. Many other relatives and friends, including Gloria Mitchell, Sharon Morris, and friends and neighbours of Mongo Road, Guava Estate, and surrounding areas. The funeral service and interment of the late Devon Modeste, also known as Papitet, of Wharf St. John, will take place on Tuesday 28 February at 1 p.m. at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Paul Anthony Gludd Hassan of Bellevue St. David departed this life on Sunday 12th February 2023 at the age of 49. He was the brother of Carl, Balise, Alistair, Joe, Betty and Suzanne in the USA, Maureen in Canada, and Paula in Grenada. Brother-in-law of Kenrick and Twine, Carol Atkins Gludd, and Anne-Marie Maureen Gludd in the USA. Uncle of Marcia, Marcel, Christina, and Judy in Canada, Kellen, Akim, Aziel, and Carleen in the USA, Marsha, Shanna, Darren, Kindra, Lisa, Sabrina, and Rolando in Grenada. Caretaker Miss Annette Cape. Other relatives and friends, including Randolph Bruno and family, the Gludd family, including Maureen, Jacqueline, and Leroy, the Hassan and Eben families of Walker St. Andrew, the Louison family of the Limes, the Maureen family of Malmount St. David, Miss Hilary Gibbs, Jaja, Dean, Rose Cuffey and family, the management and staff of Kenny's Construction Limited, and friends and neighbours of Bellevue and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Paul Anthony Gludd Hassan of Bellevue St. David will take place on Wednesday, March 1st at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Church of the Immaculate Conception and St. Joseph, St. David, and interment will be at the St. David's Catholic Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Anthony Felix Scott, also known as Hero of Fontenoy St. George, passed away on Saturday 18th February 2023 at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony Felix Scott, also known as Hero of Fontenoy St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Tilda Monica Seathal, also known as Miss Bean, of George V Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 17 February 2023 at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late Tilda Monica Seathal, also known as Miss Bean, of George V Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Rupert Lawrence John, of Africa Mardi Gras, St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 15 February 2023 at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Rupert Lawrence John, of Africa Mardi Gras, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Matthias Herbert McIntyre, also known as Herbert Bridgman, of Byland, St. Andrew, died on Tuesday, 14 February 2023 at the age of 94. The funeral arrangements for the late Matthias Herbert McIntyre, also known as Herbert Bridgman, of Byland, St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Patricia Brenda Bernardine, née Francis, also known as Pat, of Wharf St. John, died on Sunday, February 12, 2023, at the age of 58. The funeral arrangements for the late Patricia Brenda Bernardine, née Francis, of Wharf St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Elizabeth Rouget, also known as Dora Noel, of Munich, who resided at Rivulet Lane, Grenville, St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 17 February 2023 at the age of 93. The funeral arrangements for the late Elizabeth Rouget, also known as Dora Noel, of Munich, who resided at Rivulet Lane, Grenville, St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Ottilia Daphne Blackman, also known as Mammy Otil, of Vincent St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 15 February 2023 at the age of 95. The funeral arrangements for the late Ottilia Daphne Blackman, also known as Mammy Otil, of Vincent St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Nezra Lewis of Brazan, who resided at Monkrush St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 15 February 2023 at the age of 46. The funeral arrangements for the late Nezra Lewis of Brazan, who resided at Monkrush St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Marie Catherine Redhead George of Fontenoy St. George passed away on Wednesday, February 8th, 2023, at the age of 85. The funeral arrangements for the late Marie Catherine Redhead George of Fontenoy St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
And verse 13, blessed is the day that died in the Lord. If your loved one died in the Lord, you have nothing to worry about. You could be confident that that one is in a better place. But what about you who are left behind to mourn? What if you had been called? Were you ready? If you are not ready, you can be ready while you're alive. The word of God says it's appointed unto man once to die, but after this is the judgment. So you can live, and after death, you're going to live forever. You would not be disintegrated into nothing. You would be living forever. So while you're alive is the time to be ready to meet the Lord. I would like to encourage you to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ while you are still on the earth. There is no repentance after death. The time is now. The Lord Jesus Christ gave his life on the cross so that you can have life. And while you are living, is the time to make it right with the Lord. Jonah said in Jonah chapter 4 and verse 3, it is better to die than to live. So the dead should be happy if they die in the Lord. If you are not sure that you are ready, if your time comes, you can be ready. You can be ready even at this very moment. If you'd only open your heart to receive the Lord Jesus Christ and pray this simple prayer. Just say, Lord Jesus, I am sad because my